2 years ago, this absolute nightmare of an episode happened. We lost the EFL Cup final against Leeds on penalties. Today we find ourselves back in the final. We're favourites again to win it. Brighton are the opposition. I really want to win today. Yes, folks, how is it going? And a warm welcome back to Newcastle United, where there are rumours of a potential board takeover. And without getting too carried away, look, it's a tycoon eyeing us up. Potentially, maybe. Who knows if it's actually going to happen or not. But imagine if we did get a foreign tycoon takeover with this Newcastle team. I mean, it would be nice because I've made quite a big transfer. Now, I'll be honest, in terms of the plan for today's title of the video, I don't know what I've titled it. There's like 4 different names I could have gone with. I have made my most expensive purchase in FM24 in a January transfer window. It doesn't really show here yet because he won't join us to the end of the season. And please don't flinch too much as I say this, but Kelechi, I've signed for £225 million. Now, naturally, if you are wondering, Jack, how can you afford to spend £200 million? Well, we did have about £72 million, I think it was, free. I then did make one big sale in January in Mamadi, who, to be honest, I feel a bit sad for, because I wish I could give him more game time, but I've just struggled. We've got so much depth in the centre attacking mid area. Truthfully, he hasn't actually improved that much since we signed him. So when Benfica announced their interest and bid £47 million, I took it. And with that £47 million and the £70 million we already had, I managed to string together a deal for Kelechi involving lots and lots of clauses. I think it's something like £75 million up front, then £75 million over 3 years, and then £73 million over the 3 years after that, but in six monthly instalments. Does that make sense? Either way, what you need to know is the club is basically remortgaged, but this man is joining us. And well, if you haven't spotted, in the top right, it's the 19th of February, and we have, of course, had Kelechi away at the African Cup of Nations. In his absence, though, we've gone on a really good run of form. If I just go to our current season, look at this sea of green. Admittedly, there is one draw in there, but since we lost against Manchester United and then beat Everton last episode, we've looked good. We've actually played a lot of matches since you were last here. The first of those matches was this one here against Burnley, away from home, 2-0 win at Turf Moor. I don't really know why I've decided to click on this game and single it out individually. I think I'm just bullying Burnley, really. Look, I've told this story before, but when I was a little kid, I went to Burnley away and all the away seats were made of wood. And it was really uncomfortable and it was December and I cried. I don't know if I did cry. I was crying inside. It was awful. Not quite as awful, however, as Mansfield were against us in the FA Cup. Admittedly, it was Mansfield. We were bullying them. You'll see here that Mamadi did get a couple of goals in this game before he departed in the January window. One thing I will say with Kassim Mamadi, lots of his goals did come in games like this one, against kind of lesser teams where you expect him to do something. Anyway, following on from that, an emphatic win against Arsenal. 4-0 there was really nice. And then the EFL Cup, we got revenge over Tottenham. You might remember last year, we actually lost to them 4-2 on aggregate. This year, 7-0 on aggregate, including a 3-0 away win. Apologies, I'll take that back. It was the 4-0 away win. We won the second leg 3-0 at home with a fully rotated team, and it was good that we could rotate after that emphatic opening result, because the fixture schedule has been mental. We beat Brentford 3-0. Against Ajax and Club Brugge in the Champions League, we won 4-2 and 7-1 respectively. That there secured us a top spot in the Champions League. And I say a top spot. Look, we made it through in the top 8. That is all that really matters. It means we get to skip a knockout round. In between those two games, he did have the small matter of Blackburn in the FA Cup, but a 4-1 win there with a rotated team was nice. But sadly, to end the month of January in a month of just insane amounts of football, we drew against Man City. Now, you know what? On the one hand, this was a little bit frustrating. On the other hand, I was kind of pleased to come back from behind and away from home in what is a tricky game against Man City. Just grind out our result. Balaki playing in Faye, difficult angle, still managed to finish it. That is only one of 4 goals that Faye has got so far in the Premier League this year. He has had a couple of little issues with injuries. You can see he twisted his ankle in a recent game against Liverpool. He isn't actually available for today's game. I'm getting ahead of myself. There's lots of other players that got injured lately. But in spite of those injuries, 4 further wins. Like I mentioned, in the EFL Cup, we managed to beat Tottenham, rotated the team, won comfortably, and from there, 6-1 against Liverpool, 6-0 against Bournemouth, and then 2-0 against Tottenham. Sets us up nicely for today, where I felt like we should do a little bit of a cup special. So, we have got the FA Cup quarter-final coming up second today, but not before the Carabao Cup game. I did say at the start of this season, I didn't care about these competitions, but we are now to a weird point where I feel like we're on for like the septuple or the octuple. Is it 8 competitions we could win? Because we've got the European South American Club Challenge, it might be. I mean, obviously, at this point, if we could win 7 competitions in 1 year, that would be an immense achievement. That is going to be tough, though, because to open things up today, we have got the Carabao Cup final. Now, before I talk about matchday squad, just looking at the Premier League table, we are romping home at the top. Everton winless in 5, so this is another reason why the Cup competitions kind of take on a newfound importance. We've only lost 1 game in 27. Win our game in hand, we're going to be 16 points clear. We're still just about on course, maybe, for a 100-point season. It'd be so good if we could do that. Anyway, let's shift gears, because it is a trip to Wembley. It's a game that matters. I mentioned injuries. You can see here, Daddario is just out, which is a bit of a shame, really. He is injured, the right-back, for a significant period of time with a twisted ankle. Going to miss the next, couple of games today, at the very least. Elsewhere, Mastalone at left-back has been out with the flu. Yeah, I know, that sounds mental, doesn't it? Out for 2 weeks with the flu as well. Must have been man flu. His condition just isn't good enough to play in this game. He's got a depleted heart, so we're not going to risk him. Elsewhere, like you saw already, Faye's out with a twisted ankle. Does mean in terms of team news, Balaki is going to come into the team, and at left back and right back, it's a little bit makeshift. Gasparini is going to play at left wing back. I'm going to go ahead and say it. This guy for £2.5 million might be the best transfer I've made so far in this save game. He has been so good, even though he is just the backup left back. Whenever I call upon him, he does amazing. 6 games played in the Premier League, 5 assists in them. On the right-hand side, I could play Mark Gomez here. You know what? I think I'm going to play Mark Gomez over Vincent Day. Vincent Day is more of a backup centre-back option than a backup right-back option. Gomez had just missed a recent bout of football just due to injury. Also, do I get extra subs in the Carabao Cup final? Do we get extra subs, or is it still just 9? I thought I was going to be able to, throw a load of the kids on the bench for fun. But yes, in terms of team news, despite the fact the fullbacks are the second choice, and of course we do have Balaki in at shadow striker, this is still a team that going into a game against Brighton, who are currently down in 14th, we should just expect to win. Okay, into this game we go. I always love it when you're playing cup competitions and you get all the custom graphics, although I will say the font used for the Carabao Cup squads, I don't know why, I just feel a little bit offended by it. And also these dots on the pitch. I don't like the dots. Okay, folks, here we go. Last time we were here at Wembley for a cup final, we bottled it. We lost on penalties to Leeds. I think it was 1-1 where we took the lead and they got a late equaliser. I'm going to hope that today we can keep our emphatic run of form going in all competitions into this game here. We have some great strength in depth. We've got a great squad. And for a moment, I thought we were going to find ourselves behind. I mean, we still could. Brighton are on the attack early here. They did not catch the memo. They have not seen the script, and they are not sticking to the script either. Ball's whipped in. Falls to Sam Amayeyo. I hope I've said that correctly. I'm pretty sure he's a real player. We're losing after 4 minutes. I mean, I'll be honest, the recent run of games, form-wise, has been amazing, but the number of games we've played has been astronomical. It really has taken a toll on the squad. That still does not justify going down after 4 minutes here. Imagine if they get another... No, I don't want to imagine it. Balaki, get me out of here. Sousa, back to Brits. Right. This would be a great time to respond. 11 minutes in, little blip, only behind for 7 minutes. Then we get back on the straight and narrow and find our groove again. Gasparini to the £200 million man in Kelechi. That's why I've dropped the big bucks on him. Still mental that we've got him on loan this year, but shout out to Tottenham. Let me know, by the way, what do you think of the fee? It's one of those fees where I think it signals that the end of the save game is coming up. I don't know about anyone else, but I mean, look, he's one of the best wingers in world football. We've converted him to play down the middle, and frankly, he is just immense. Right, you know what? All level, encourage the players. Give me the green happy smiley faces. Give me Kelechi whipping the ball towards Marco. Cleared away, but Kelechi gets it back to Back to Amador here. This is nice. This is pretty. Could we make something happen here? Amador drifting into the wide area, the centre-back, fizzes it across. Questionable defending, it has to be said, by Brighton. We've still got so many players committed to the attack here. Matt is going to give it to Gomez. The right back going on a wander. Does he know he's the right back? He gives it to the left back. Gasparini, Everard, and I think the keeper's just saved that there. It almost looked like it bounced off Everard's shins without him realising the ball was coming into the box. Either way, it was an opportunity that we've wasted. When you look at the stats as we approach 25 minutes here, we've been the better team in this game. Brighton have not been good in this match. But they've scored a goal, and we have struggled for goals. 10 minutes. I really want to go attacking here. Do I go attacking? We're not even controlling possession that much, so I feel like going on positive. I'd rather commit men further forward, maybe press even higher to try and chase something here. Through the middle. Balaki shoots. Oh my word, I thought that was going to go in. The keeper parries it wide. This might seem mental. I'm going to attack. And you know what? We're at Wembley. We're the big dogs. Let's bark at them a little. Let's get in their faces, up the pressing. Not going to change any player roles or anything beyond just the overall mentality. Let's get some men committed further up the field because Brighton are not testing our defence right now. And I kind of want us to try and pressure them off the ball. And then when we do win the ball, hopefully create more. And hopefully Kelechi can learn the offside rule. Because I spent £200 million on him there and he was just stood offside. 4 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. No late drama. I mean, last time we were here, it was 1-1. And then we lost on penalties. Look at the XG story. That's all I'm going to say. We are on top. You know the story of the three little pigs? Brighton have built their house out of bricks. And I'm just going to hope that with the right subs, we can just bring on a big bad wolf who can blow over bricks. Which, is that how the story goes? I can't remember. Big Deli, do something magical. I was going to say blow hard, but let's not say that in a YouTube video. Gomez, Everard, score hard. We love that. It's 2-1. There is a VAR check. Linesman didn't flag. That is usually a good sign. Please, VAR, don't hurt me. It's not going to hurt me. The goal is going to count. And while we've huffed, we've puffed, and we've blown the house down, the bricks are tumbling everywhere. The Brighton defence is going to have to go on the offence. Maybe that's going to leave them open. Salazar maybe could have done better in goal, but it's a very atypical Everard finish. He's not top goal scorer in the Premier League for no reason. Timed his runs perfection too. Okay, well that is the perfect start to the second half. We're coming up to the hour mark. I'm going to make some changes. Salazar's not having the best of games. Let's bring in Soa. Let's bring in Junjun Hwan as well. In terms of the rest of the team, Big Deli's not having the best of games. I'm going to bring in Vel, I think it's Hauser, as opposed to Hauser. Hauser. Someone in the comments wrote how to say this person's name. In fact, I think 2 people have done it, and I've not got the comment in front of me, and I can't remember. Leonard Velhusa, maybe? I don't know. Let me know a third time, and I promise this time I'll remember it for the next video. The defence in mid, I'm going to be honest, he might only be 20. He might look a little underwhelming in terms of his polygon. He has earned my trust as a player I've been using on the regular for games like this where I want to change things up. Maybe Big Deli's on a booking. Maybe he's just looking a little bit tired. And well, considering that we're without our first choice right back and left back, I did wonder if Brighton might look to target those areas. I noticed their wingers in this game for Brighton, both on bookings, both struggling. And as for our attacking mids, well, they are all over the scoreline right now. Sadly, on that occasion, we couldn't keep the header down with Kelechi. And with 15 minutes left, I feel like we've done enough. But the scoreline doesn't yet reflect that. And, well, neither does that header by Everard. I mean, look at the stats. Look at the stats. I've been here before. I've been hurt before. But we deserve to win it. I don't want to sound like we have this divine right to win. But we do have this divine right to win. Please don't score after I've just said that. Gasparini. Get me one more goal. Let me relax. Monroe. Oh, stop it, Football Manager. Stop it. Okay. If that had got in, I would have been cross. Brits makes a simple save. I'm hoping that was the highlight where Football Manager kind of anticipates the wonder goal and then the shot at the end of a really nice run. It's just super underwhelming. Saying all of that, the highlight is not ending. And well, for a moment, Brighton did have the ball in our half and I was starting to panic. We've got it back, Amador, to the youngster who I've bigged up. All the way back to Brits. I feel like stating the obvious. The next goal here is massive, isn't it? The next goal here is going to determine this game, if indeed there is to be another goal. Kelechi, Junjun Hwan has scored. Did he time his run? I think he did. He looked miles offside when he received the ball. But our lanky South Korean centre attacking mid, he knows how to score. And he also knows how to time a run. Won the initial header superbly. Velhauser battled. Soa, Kelechi. He timed the run perfectly. Like I said, he looked offside when he received it. Definitely on. It's 3-1. Jun Jun Hwan is like a fallen soldier of this save game, isn't he, really? He was like the main man in our first couple of years that we signed for peanuts in the grand scheme of things, a couple £1 million. He's still a very important squad player for us now, scoring important goals as he has done today. And his aerial presence for our wing-backs to aim for is just always really, really nice. I'll be honest, I was saying that hoping it was going to manifest into a Hwan goal. I mean, it still could. Look at him, lurking away at the back stick. Dispossessed. Massive tackle. That looked like a bit of a two-footed one, but we've got away with it. Velhauser, Kelechi, Gasparini. I mean, there's only 1 minute left. We're 2 goals to good. This game is done, but it's about putting a cherry on top. Put the cherry down. Jeremy Everard. It's his 36th of the season. It is game over now. We were here before at Wembley. We were hurt before here at Wembley. Gasparini's persistence on the near side paid off dividends. Whipped in, and Jeremy Everard has the ability to score headers just like that. And I mean, that goal is surely going to be all she wrote for this game. The 5 minutes of extra time have been played. We're playing a few extra minutes for Brighton to bask in their misery. The EFL Cup is ours. We are going to win it. And I want to say, oh, it's another 500 miles. The days of the miles are gone in this save game. But technically, we have just scored a load more here. Lift up the trophy, lads. Hoist it aloft. It is going to be Big Delhi leading the celebrations. I think this is the first time we've won a cup final at Wembley as Newcastle manager, which kind of feels a bit mad. Of course, we're in the FA Cup quarterfinals, which is our next game. I want to be doing this again at the end of the season for that. Newcastle celebrate the famous quadruple, the Carabao Cup, the European South American Club Challenge, UEFA Super Cup and Community Shield. That might be the best quadruple in world football. Obviously, still an FA Cup, Premier League and Champions League to try and win all at once. Everard, man of the match in this game. What a goal scorer this bloke is. We signed him for 53 million. I'm going to go ahead and say it. 53 million pounds well spent. He's averaging more than a goal a game in the Premier League right now. Also, I'm not sure why Balaki specifically has a bonus for the EFL Cup. I guess that's when I was just throwing clauses at him desperately for him to sign us. But I like the idea he's just made $500,000 and no one else got anything. Right, our second game today is in the FA Cup. We're taking on a Liverpool team that, to be frank, in this universe have just been a bit sad. They've not been good in years. They had one good year where they finished second and then they went back to being in mid-table and not even getting European football. So we're going to see how we do against them. Of course, Amador, our centre-back, former Liverpool captain. We signed him for £89 million. He's returning to Anfield today. Last time we took on Liverpool was at Anfield. We won 4-3 on that occasion. Hopefully we're going to make it another win in this next one. I think earlier I said this was the FA Cup quarter-final. Hold my hands. I got excited. It's only the 5th round, but when you look at the teams remaining in this competition, if we knocked out Liverpool, ourselves and Manchester United, and I suppose Everton in this universe, of the conventional big teams, would be the only ones left. In fact, there's as many Championship teams as Premier League teams left right now, it feels like. And I know that earlier on in the season, I kind of said, look, there's no focus on the FA Cup. But given the fact we're winning in everything, and in the league, we can afford to slip up a lot and we would still win the title, why not try and win everything now? Which is exactly why going into this game against Liverpool, I'm not touching anything from last game. I kind of thought about bringing in Faye, but I can't because he's still not fit. I could bring in Mastalone for Gasparini, but Gasparini literally was one of our best players in the last game. This guy, like, I wish I could play with 2 left-backs because he is really that good. I just feel like having rested up the players, why complicate things? They played so well last time out. We are just going to go with the exact same team again. Of course, away from home at Anfield, typically not an easy game in Football Manager. In this universe, I'll be honest, it's actually incredible how bad Liverpool have been consistently. As for ourselves, obviously, recently our form's been good. I expect that to keep going here, even though we're on the road. They are playing a 4-4-2, so I'm going to get rid of the run at defence instruction. I'm going to look for the overlap on the right-hand side as well, but I am going to tell the team just to play narrow and focus the play through the middle. Vega and Wharton, for them, I really want to target them. I want to overwhelm them with our core to our team. The wing-backs can provide that distraction to prevent their wider players tucking in. And well, hopefully, we're going to be able to grind out a result here. Away from home, lacking possession early on, I feel like that immediately screams to me, it's time to press more, play that high defensive line. I'm actually going to include the step up more instruction here. Just really put some pressure on Liverpool at home with all the expectation on them in this game to kind of save their season with some success. Maybe we can find a way through. Gasperini at left back. Oh my word. Deflected cross. Hits the post. It would have been such a scrappy way to go ahead. And while having had the ball cleared away, we might be bringing it forward again. It's Gasperini at left back. Fizzing it in. Everard's save is, well, shot is saved. That was a chance. McIntyre for Liverpool. Throwing in the corner is always scary. Oh my word. Mrabbet there. Left our man hanging. Vega with a shot. Brits with a sensational turn around the post. That shot went through so much traffic. We do still have the resulting corner to deal with, mind you. It's whipped towards the back stick. It's headed away. Kelechi, could you inspire a counter-attack here? Look at the players we've got surging forward. If he can pick out the right ball. He can't pick out the right ball. That's a foul. He should be getting a yellow for that, referee. Yet to have a shot on target in this game is a little bit concerning. Possession's kind of swinging a little more in our favour. And to be fair, it's not like Liverpool have created a load either. Half an hour into this game, the deadlock yet to be broken. It feels like a game that might not be quite as high scoring as the previous one. But saying all of that, I mean, we have a golden opportunity. Their goalie turned that round the post. It was our first shot on target. It was a one-on-one for Everard. We still have the resulting corner. Amador, not the kind of centre-back with the biggest forehead in the world. He's not going to be there lurking at the near post, the header, on this occasion. And it's a tight game, isn't it? You look at the XG. We've had the odd chance here and there. Not found a way through. I think advantage is perhaps in our favour. And of course, with it being the FA Cup in the kind of current day and age, and by current day and age, I mean the FA Cup rules now in real life changed. There is no replays. There has to be a winner today. And a goal like that would be worthy of being the winner. Balaki, normally on the bench. I mean, what a goal that is. He went through a phase this year of complaining about lack of first-team football. He lowered his squad status and his playing time expectations. I might have to up it again. That little touch wide, followed by the shot. I mean, très beau, as I believe the French would say. 2 minutes left of the opening 45. We look good here. We have made those tweaks, and I feel like they've worked wonders. But it's still a tight game. Our defence has not looked impenetrable this year. We've played a kind of more attacking style of play. And if I am being honest, I do feel like it does lead to us being more open defensively. But the games are infinitely more entertaining with more goals. Obviously, we just have to score more goals than the other team. That is the game of football in a nutshell. And right now, they could be scoring a goal here. Big Deli, you big smelly idiot. Gasperini. Awful. What's happening here? We've got the ball. I thought Big Deli made a howler. Everard loses the ball. What is this highlight? Neither team wants to hold on to the ball. Kaufman for them is bringing it forward. Oh my, what a finish. What a goal that is. What a bizarre highlight. I thought it was going to be Big Deli with the big smelly kind of stinking it up in our defence, giving it away in a bad spot. In the end, we dealt with it. But then this finish here by Christie, I mean, you could put two goalies in goal. Neither of them stopping it when they're stood next to each other. Well, that goal for Liverpool right at the break does make my team talk a little different. I'm going to tell the players I'm not happy. I'm looking at Everard on a booking, and I'm not really loving what I'm seeing here. Balaki's shown some good form, obviously, with his goal. I'm going to bring him into the striking position and bring in Junjun Huan at half-time. Might be stupid too, but at half-time here, I'm going to go on attacking mentality. I know we're away from home, but I feel like we are creating a little bit more than Liverpool without committing men forward. In this second half, I really want to just get us overwhelming their team if we can. They've actually made some changes in this game. They've brought in Otto for Wharton, and Egan's coming on up top. The second half has started slowly. I need to make more changes. I mean, Salza and Kelechi at centre attacking mid, I think, could both be taken off at this moment in time. We're going to bring in Sauer at attacking midfielder, let him do his thing. Ollison, who I absolutely love, is going to come in and play at centre attacking mid. You can see here his recent form has been really, really good for us. Primarily playing as a defensive midfielder for us this year. Going to get a chance in the final third. Besides that, I mean, the defence is tired, but Liverpool's players are tired too. It's an even game. We're not behind. We're not chasing this crazily. Let's shout some encouragement too. Amador on a booking against his former club all of a sudden. That makes me nervous, but we do have a corner here. Gasperini fizzes it in. It's headed away initially, but he should get a second... Well, I was going to say he should get a second chance to get the ball in. He doesn't because he just watches the ball instead. But we have regained possession. Big Deli... Ollison. Marco. Where are you going, Marco? Where? Okay, the answer is not where I want him to go. Yeah, you run and get back in position, Marco. Liverpool working the ball, but here, Gomez latches onto it. There's options. Sauer. Pull the trigger. Or do that. Winner's made another save. It was offside. It wouldn't have counted, but it's an opportunity. I mean, we've got double the XG that they've got in this game. We have definitely been the better team across this game, but finishing has cost us, and their goalkeeping has been very, very good in this one. Win looks to launch it long. Marco wins that. Marco definitely our best defender from a heading point of view. So for the ball to be going straight down his throat like that is always kind of a relief to see in a weird way. Sauer, Balaki, in behind. The flag's raised. I thought he timed his run perfectly. I think there is going to rule this one out. Check complete. Goal disallowed. Redraw me the lines. Redraw the lines. I want to see this one. Was he off? Okay, you know what? It wasn't close, was it? I'll hold my hands up. I got it wrong. 2 minutes left here. One last shout of encouragement to the players. Look at the green, happy, smiley faces. Are they going to make a difference? Sports Interactive have told us shouts don't do anything, and they're removing them from FM26. I'm here to prove them wrong. Amador and the boys. Gomez, Ma, Junjun Huan plays it forward. Balaki can't get there, but Junjun Huan, you're back to win the header. Oh my word, I thought Balaki was just going to sneak in there ahead of the goalie and score it. Instead, he comes up just short, but the ball is gifted straight back to us. They're kicking it on Marco's forehead. I know it's big. They can aim elsewhere. Ollison floats it. Junjun Huan! That is why he's the GOAT. I love him. I mean, to be fair, we don't actually know if shouts are removed from FM26, but they're being removed from FM25. I think it's a safe assumption. I've done a shout and we've scored a goal. We can't do this next year. And by next year, I mean in a couple of months. Oh, I should have done another shout. Why is there another highlight? McIntyre, imagine if they score. Imagine if they score here after I've kind of stayed on attacking, having scored. Yeah, I didn't pause the game to make my tactical changes after we scored immediately. Sue me. The ball's launched forward. Right, Gomez, please get this under your spell. That will do. Ma, through the middle. Gives it to Big Deli. Balaki, wide. Ollison, one assist already. Gives it to Gasparini. Where is Junjun Huan? Where is he? There he is. He heads wide. It would have been so good if it had got in. There's only 2 minutes left of this game. I was about to say, surely it's done. Why are we here, Football Manager? Why are you trying to hurt me? The ball's played forward. Balaki, Sauer, Ollison. Lovely build-up play. We're knocking the ball around here with a real swagger. The build-up play here is beautiful. I feel like I don't really talk about it enough. I've really enjoyed trying the free centre attacking mid system. But, oh my word, I was about to say, in this moment here, I might hate it. They've given us back the ball. What are we doing? What is this sequence of events? This is Football Manager in the last kind of minute of the game thinking, you know what? We just want to wind up our players. Yeah, I'm wound up. Less of this nonsense. Junjun Huan dinks it. Ollison, bringing it forward. Wynn gets the ball. Gasparini shoots and shoot against his former club. They sold him to us for 2.5 million. He is going to make them regret it. Liverpool out the FA Cup. And the full-time whistle blows. Gasparini, man of the match against his former team. I think he got that purely based on that last-minute goal. To be fair, you can see 3 clear-cut chances created, 4 key passes. No assists to his name is a bit of a shame, but the left-back ran the show today. And while we are through in the FA Cup, the septuple dream is alive. Elsewhere, Manchester United knocked out. Everton still in it. I feel like a load of the Championship teams won. I mean, Hull won, West Brom won, Reading in the Championship won, Huddersfield won in the Championship. The Premier League teams, like, they're on fraud watch right now. Now, as lovely as today's distraction has been, and obviously always nice to win some silverware, the Champions League first knockout round has just concluded, and we are, of course, in the second knockout round for finishing in the top 8. The first of those games is in 6 days' time. Does that mean the draw for the Champions League's happening imminently? I feel like it should mean that. I'm just mashing continue here, hoping a draw appears. Oh my word, here it is. Newcastle fans want Rennes, Everton, or Napoli, apparently. Okay, buckle up. We are a seeded team for finishing top 8. Who do I want to avoid here? Manchester United, probably preferable to avoid. AC Milan have got them. I'm looking at the teams here. Don't want PSG, don't want Man City. I feel like the other teams I can deal with. We took on Bayern and Stuttgart in the league stage, if I'm not mistaken. We took on a trio of German teams. We beat them all. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be Leverkusen that we're playing today. Obviously, by today, we're literally not playing them today. But what I mean is we're playing them next time, you know, the Champions League. Let's move on. So the first leg of that match is going to be away from home, and that game is in 4 days' time. Right, someone get the flights booked. I feel sorry for the team admin person who has to book all the flights and all the logistics. They're going to have fun. But yeah, Bayern next time. I feel like that's a good draw for us. Obviously, the big headline news of today's episode is the signing of Kelechi, although in the grand scheme of things, there was so much going on, you might have forgotten. I've spent £200 million on this guy. Admittedly, it's 75 million up front and then a load in clauses. But yeah, kind of mad. Let me know what you think. It's definitely an overpay, but I just feel like he's worth it. Anyway, folks, really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Interesting to note, Rasmus Olsson is listed as our key player. I don't know who decides this list. I don't agree with that. Tomorrow we're back with a renewed focus on the Champions League. Hope to see you guys for that one. Until then, take things easy. It's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you in a bit. I'm out.